Hi folks, how you doing? Russell True Results 303.com. Check out the website, link in the description box. Mind, body, spirit, fitness. Put in the healing back in health. Once again, don't forget to follow on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. The podcast is out there, iTunes, SoundCloud, all major podcast players. Check that out, subscribe. Hopefully it'll help you grow as well. Coming at you today with a quick video on breathing while swimming. Once again, I'm not a professional swimmer. I've never really swam ever in my life. I swam for 2 months straight, about, probably like 5-6 years ago. Now I am doing a half Ironman with my boss, so I've been swimming a lot more. Working on all these different techniques. Couldn't figure anything out. Everyone will breathe like this, so they're like, here, breathe, or in, and then it's back, right? Back. So I've tried to breathe like that. If I breathe like that, I can maybe get in 2 laps, if I'm lucky, right? So I tried breathing like this, out, or in, and then alternate, right? Try and do like that still, 2 to 3 laps max. So if you're having trouble, the first thing I will say is every stroke, right? Breathe in, 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 in. Once I was able to do that, I could knock out 10, 15 laps in a row, right? But I would still struggle with my breathing. And the other day, I finally did my first, when I did the math with my boss, since for the half Ironman, the swim is 1.2 miles. So 1.2 miles in the pool is 44 laps. So the first day I actually did 44 laps was like 2 weeks ago. And then I did 44 laps again yesterday. But I finally got in the groove where it's just like, I'm doing 44 laps, I don't care. So I tried to make it meditative, just relax. And I found myself doing something really strange when I was breathing. And I caught it towards the end. I was on lap like 40, 41. And I don't know why. I just kind of got into autopilot. I'm like, I'm doing it. I'm going. And I found myself breathing this way. I have no clue why. And so I did it yesterday when I was swimming my 44 laps the entire time. I felt good. Other than that, it's just a mental game. Besides the shoulder pains that I have sometimes when I swim, which I'm going to make a video about right when I finish this one. But what I found myself doing, and I'm going to try to extend it and play with it on trying to do more strokes in a breath. But what I found myself doing, and it was strange, I have no clue why I did it. Like, I didn't think about doing it. My body just naturally did it. And what I did was, so I was here, I breathed in, right? And then as I made my first stroke, I did 1 power breath out. And then as this arm was coming up, I held my breath for a second. So I was here, and I held it. And then as I was coming back in, breath. And that's what I found myself doing when I was breathing. I have no clue why. I breathed out, and I held it. And of course, you can't breathe in underwater, so I just held it. And then as I was powering through with this one, and then as my head would come up, I might stay out of the water a little bit longer to get a little bit more breath, but it's the same thing. Out, out, in, out, out, in. And when my head's coming out of the water, I'm still pushing out to where I'm also almost like spitting water out like a whale does. It comes out of the water and just like, and that's for some reason what I caught myself doing. I didn't think about doing it. For some reason, I was just doing it. I don't know if it's a correct way to do it or not, but that's what I found myself doing. So it's something I would encourage you to try. I don't know if it is a correct breathing technique, but I know it's what worked for me. And now I can just knock out 44 laps and it's not a big deal. So I'm going to end it there. I'm going to experiment with some other stuff. I'll let you know how it goes. next time I get in the pool. And I want to see, now that I know my body naturally did that, it just did it on its own. I didn't have to think about it. Now I'm going to try some other things to see what I can come up with. But there you go. I hope that helps. Once again, it's breathe out, pause for a second, breathe out, breathe in. Breathe out forcefully, pause, breathe out forcefully, breathe in. Give it a go, see if it works for you. So once again, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to follow on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. The podcast is out there. Links down below. Subscribe to this channel. Share and like these videos.